So Leigh, you always talk about the rituals of this race. For all three of you guys, are there any traditions that you guys have adapted through your years of coming here? Is there something that you guys always go to, like, this is something that I have to do when I come to this race?
Well, I know Leigh always takes the pit stop competition off so he can go down and party with the rest of the fans on Friday.
Not party, just observe.
Right. Observe. For me, this place is so rich in tradition that I soak it all up. So many memories in so many places that I see, whether it's the main grandstands when I was an 11-year-old boy sitting there watching. Pit lane, I think about being a competitor there and all the butterflies and the anxiousness that I'd experienced before the race or before a qualifying lap. And then just the interior of the facility. I mean, this place it's got so much grandeur, so much terrific history, and I always feel so proud as an American, frankly, when I come here every May, not only because it's Memorial Day weekend, but this place resembles and it embodies so much of what it means to be an American: innovation, courage, and celebration. So it's an honor to be here.
I mean, you know, for me, it's interesting kind of transitioning away from the driving side when you experience all those traditions that the Speedway has from one angle, and now getting to do it, you know, in this capacity is quite a bit different. For me, I just enjoy those pre-race celebrations so much. You know, it's not one thing that I necessarily do. It's just how I enjoy it as a driver. You try to really focus on the race, but in those moments, kind of let yourself really appreciate what was happening there on the racetrack and all those things that have built up over the 100+ years of history here at the racetrack. So it's always a special moment for me.
I do a couple of things that kind of are must-dos for me, and we're so absorbed and fascinated with the speed and the energy and the sound of the crowd and the cars and the race and everything. But I also like to take some moments just by myself when the place is quiet and just have a look at different things. Go down on the yard of bricks and just think about the famous names that have crossed those yard of bricks, and especially those winners to cross the yard of bricks. To look at the stands empty, there's something you know, quite empowering about that, knowing that how they change so dramatically from being empty to being full, and being full of passionate IndyCar fans. And then I also like to do, conversely, I like to go out into a turn, whether it be turn 1, turn 4, whatever it might be, and seeing the cars at speed. It's just exhilarating, never gets old, you're always surprised. And I also like going to Leviathan Bakery to get an everything croissant each morning.
Over the last 5 years for NBC specifically, I mean, I guess for all three of you guys, how has your understanding of this event changed? You know, really, you know, from you guys seeing it from a different perspective, but for you, Leigh, like to see how the coverage has evolved, but also how you understand this event, you know, having seen it, you know, numerous times now.
Well, I think first and foremost, it's an enormous privilege, you know, for us on NBC to bring this iconic event. It doesn't need to be brought to life. We need to deliver it, you know, to the audience, and that's an enormous privilege. It's an enormous responsibility as well, not just to do it, but to do it right and to articulate exactly what this event is and what it means, what it represents, and why we are all so fascinated by it.
I think every year you come here to the 500, you learn something new and you appreciate it a little bit more, maybe in a bit of a different way. And that was true for me as a driver from my first year to my last year. Every year things meant a little more to me, and you understood and, like I said, appreciated certain things more. And then again, from this new role, every time you come here, there's something just so special about this place, and I don't think that ever stops. So I think every year you come here, whether it's, you know, someone coming in their first race, their first time as a broadcaster, or your 68 consecutive 500, I still think there's new memories and new things you pick up every time you come.
So I came here for the first time when I was 11 years old, and then raced here 10 times, but then have broadcasted the race now. This is the 5th year. So I feel like I've really only enjoyed, this is my 6th Indy 500 as a fan. The 10 where I was a competitor, I was so focused on performance that I really didn't soak it all in. The best part about this job is I get to enjoy it with all the 300,000 plus fans that are here. And I'm loving it every bit as much in the booth as I did as a driver.